Morning everyone, Muhammad Arshad from Decoding Data Science. Today we are going to use ChatGPT to develop a Power BI dashboard. Why I'm doing this is because we all have learned Power BI, and when we need to do some DAX or M language calculations, then you can use these technologies to help you quickly. This is not a solution to not learn Power BI and not learn the fundamentals, but how you can use ChatGPT tools to make your work faster and easier. You need to have the basic understanding of what you are trying to do, what is the data structure of your input data, and how are you going to create a DAX variable, and what is the logic that is going to be there. So now what is our use case is we have a data, real data of employees and their attrition when they have left. So it is a current data of employees. We have the hire date, we have the end date, we have the department. And what is our target is we need to calculate the monthly attrition rate. And this calculation can be done in SQL, it can be done in Python, but how we can do it in Power BI using the M language and DAX queries that we have done. So DAX is actually a advanced data analysis expression that Power BI feature has to create calculated fields. The same thing like that we have in Tableau, but now we are using the power of ChatGPT to quickly analyze the employee attrition data and to get the monthly turnover. So this is the first task that we are going to do. I am going to dive in directly to my screen, and we are going to look at the data first. So this data is available as part of my course, and let me just switch it on. So this is an employee level data. There is employee ID. There is okay, wait, let me just, okay, we have the data here. Okay. This is the employee ID. There, when this record entry, what happened. So this is like a SAP ERP data. When was the birth date? When was the hire date? Termination date. So this hire date, he was hired, this employee number 6177 was hired in 1997, and he was terminated at the 1st January 2006 at the age of when he was 60 years old. This is length of service. You can ignore this actually for now. The city name, the department, the job title, which store he was, what is his gender, what was the type of termination reason that is there. Was it a voluntary retirement, or was it involuntary? What is the status as of this year, and what is the final status of the year, and the final status of that particular employee, and what is the business unit that is there. What is the business unit, and what is the, so this is the data. The main key for us is to understand, as I told you, monthly how many people are leaving. So this data I have explained you. This is a very good employee data. This is available as a part of my course, and in the you can also request it to me and have it to practice and make employee dashboards. So how do we know whether an employee is still there in the company? Is the blanks. So this means that the employee has joined in this date. He is still working in the company, and that is the main thing that is there to identify whether that particular employee is there or not there, and how many employees have terminated. These things are very important for you to do a check. So control shift down. So 1936 people have attrited out of out of 7025, out of 7025. So if I open a new Excel, so total 1936 people have left. Total employees is 7605. So overall for the last around 27, and how many years the data is. So these are very important for us to understand when we are doing the use case. And the termination date, we will see it starts from 2006 to 2015, approximately 9 years of employee data is there. So now what we need to do is, the first part is we have Power BI here. We need to get the data. So this is the Power BI. You need to get this data. That is the first step. Give it a couple of seconds for it to load. Excel workbook. The file is in a CSV, so I need to make it all files. Attrition sample. This is the data. 7060 rows, and out of that 1936 are attracted. These numbers are really important for us to make sure the quality check. So let us just based on first 100 rows, they have done some they have done that data wrapping, and they have shown us this particular thing, and it has taken this in the date formats, as you can see. And then you can just do transform data. Before loading it, just you need to transform data. So now we need to create a calendar date. Why we need to create? Because we need to base our report on that monthly calendar. So we will take the date of 2006 to 2015. So the first thing is now this, you can see the date format, everything. This is the date format. This is number format, and this ABC is the text format. Just have a quick look when the data is loaded, everything is fine. So everything looks fine. So now what we need to do is we need to create a calendar date. Okay. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we have to now go to our favorite ChatGPT. Why we need to create a calendar date? Because of, so I don't want to, I will just I have already used ChatGPT, and I'm going to show you the exact thing that I have done so that we value time. So what we need to do is, first thing is, write a let me just copy this, so that we need to write an M language. So write an M language to create the table from 2006 to 2015. We saw the date. So now this is the thing. Write a M language query in Power BI to create a data table. So this is going to give us a, so I'm going to copy this code. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Power BI. I'm going to go to new source. I'm going to put a blank query. Then I'm going to go to advanced editor. Then I'm going to put the code here. I'm going to do done. The calendar date is created from 1 2016 till 2019. I will just make this as calendar. So these two things are done right now. Now we have a calendar and we have an employee attrition table. Now what we are going to do is go to Power BI. So it was, you just got a language. Now, suppose you want to you got this language. If you want to understand, if you are new and you're learning about M language, read about this, what it is doing. It is giving a start date, end date, then it is calculating a number of days between this and this, and then it is doing a loop to get the next month. So read this output. I just wanted showing you how we can use ChatGPT along with Power BI to build and dashboards quickly using DAX formulas. So now we have this loaded. So now we have a date. So now what we need to do is we need to create a group of month and year. So we go here, new group. Here what we will give as a month here. And we want for every month we want. So this is done. Okay. And now we are going to get this here as a table. So now our one work is done. We have got the months. Now we need to get the number of, so attrition rate we have to get. Now how are we defining attrition rate? So here some domain knowledge is important. Every month first we want to know how many people have left the company. In that same month, how many people are active? So how many people have left the company, how many people are active, and the attrition rate percentage is number of people who have left the company divided by the total number of active people. We are keeping it very simple for this calculation. So now we need to know the number of levers. Now what we are going to do is we have to, now I'm going to go through the live case of how we are going to do this and how are we going to write the prompt. That is very, very important. So first we go to the data. What is the name of the data? It is a big name. So let me just go to my folder and rename. Okay, so function F2. Control C. So now what we are going to do, go here, monthly, monthly calculation of attrition rate, levers, and active employees monthly for columns. So now we go back to the columns. We have to go back to Power BI and see the columns. Origin high date. Can I just copy this name? This. So, and these are very important for you to get the exact code. And what is the termination date is, yeah, Control C and Control C. And the calendar, the day, the month here is in calendar table date. The calendar table date. So let me see whether what will happen in this. So first it has calculated monthly levers, then it has calculated monthly active employees, then it is calculating the attrition, and see now I have put the exact date, the name of the table, so you can see how the code is coming. So first what I'm going to do is you read the output whenever you're using these things. I have put all the details that are there, including the name of the table, the name of the column, the and all those things. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this formula. The formula is simply what it is doing is it is counting the rows where termination date it falls between the date that is there in progress. Suppose we are taking the month of June 2000 and January 2006. So if the termination date is falling between that January 2006, 1st January 2006 to 31st January 2006, we are going to count that number. So that is the code that is there. We can you can understand that. And now we go back to Power BI, and what are we going to do? Is a very good question. That we need to create a new measure. In measure, what we are going to do is we are going to copy monthly lever. Just wait for it to load and then do plus. What I want to do now is, before I calculate other things, I want to go to the chart and I want to see where is monthly levers that has been created. Yes. So now monthly lever is created. So I'm going to just click monthly levers. So if you can see, in January 2006, there are 8 people who have left the company, and I told you the total of everything is 1936. So this 1936 number is correct. Now just we have run a formula just to cross check whether our formula is correct or not. What we need to do is we need to go to this Excel. We need to go for the go and check how many people have left in the just to whenever you get a number, you cannot just believe the number. How you have to cross check is by actually going to the data. This is a very very important step that many of my mentees miss out. And if something is wrong, because see, if you are writing the code yourself, then it is okay. But here, January 2006, uh, why is it not coming? Okay, January termination date I have to see. 2006 January. How many other? We have eight. So we have eight people who have left, and we have the number here. So ideally you check for two, three, but I checked one and I checked the total, so it is fine. So now we have the monthly levers. Now we go back to the data, and now we need to create the third one, the second one, that is the monthly active employees. So what is the monthly active employees trying to tell? It is just trying to tell whether how many people are active for that particular month, and they are counting the rows for that are there, and they are if the person has also the end date, uh, the termination date, what it is doing, it is not counting that. So this is a condition that they are putting. If you can see, and it is an and condition, and if this is blank, so if the hiring date is before that particular calendar date, and the other condition is the higher end date is blank, because if the end date is there, then we understand that the person is already an employee. If he already, if it is not there, he is already the employee. And if the end date is there, he is not an employee. So because he has left the company, so the domain knowledge and domain understanding is a little bit important for these things. So when we go to Power BI again, what we need to do is right click, new measure. You have to click this plus arrow, go to chart. Then we need to check monthly active. $117. So now if I have to just do a cross check whether 117 is correct. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, it is actually tough to calculate the number of active because there is a logic from the calendar date. So but we have to just check. One thing is total 5089 and 1936. What is the sum? 5089 1936. So total is 7025. So it is correct. So this is 7025. So it is correct. So now we have this, and the last thing is our attrition rate. That is, we are dividing the monthly levers divided by monthly active employee. So we go back to our Power BI, we right click this, again we do a new measure. One more thing. Now, suppose I want the attrition percentage in suppose percentage. So I just write here make attrition rate in percentage. So this is going to give you a formula. No, no. You cannot put make convert. Convert in percentage. So I have to multiply by into 100. So it is giving me a solution. I need to go back to Power BI, and in this I need to just do into 100. So that is the thing that we need to do. So now we do a plus. We go back to the graph view. We are already in the graph view, and then we go to the attrition rate. So we have the attrition rate here of total of 38%, because here it is dividing this by the active users, that is 38%, and we have the data in front of us. Now, one more thing, this is the beautiful way. If you saw how we use without knowing so much, spending so much time in DAX, learning DAX for months, we learned the basics in the Power BI basics, and now we know what to do, how to use a particular tool, and the power of ChatGPT is helping us getting the right formulas. Now we want to also do one more exercises. We want to make a department wise average tenure. So we know the data. We don't have, first of all, the we need to create a in we have the you can say department names. We want to create for all the department names, we want to see what is the average tenure and which department has a high attrition, high tenure that is there. So we'll keep it for simple. For that, we'll see what is the average tenure of employees in customer service compared to others. So now we understood the business case. Now we go to ChatGPT. So write a DAX to make a to calculate average tenures in months for each department. So now I just need to confirm the table name of department with variable name. Department name in the above data. So write a DAX to calculate the average tenure in months for each department with the variable name in the above table. So so it is going to take the above table also, but I have to give the name of the department. What is the exact department name? So see what it is doing. What is this doing? It is basically creating a new measure. Average tenure in months is equal to average expression, that is summarizing the employee attrition sample, whatever the thing that is there. it is summarizing these things, and it is summarizing it with the uh, tenure, and also it is taking in these two things into consideration. So now if you want to understand how the average x function and the summarize function is working, we can read this, but what it is doing is it is just calculating the average tenure of every department. First it is calculating the tenure, then it is summarizing it at the department level and giving us a roll up. So now what we will go is we will go to our dashboard. We do new measure. We will write the DAX formula here, and we let us do plus, go to the chart. So now we have this table. We'll go to department, department. We have the department, and now we have the average tenure in months. So for accounting, we have 308. Now we can also we have this table here. We have this table here. We can also try to make a graph of this so that it is easily understandable as well, or we can make a bar chart. I will take this. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to take the department name, and then I am going to push the average tenure, and then we have something here. So you can see IT has the least tenure and meat has the highest tenure. And then our beautification, which I have told in my earlier slides, data label on, and we can do a lot of things, but this particular session it was to show us how we could use a DAX and M language using ChatGPT options to quickly write these functions and these calculated fields in Power BI and get our analysis quickly done. And these numbers are you need to validate it once. That the way I validated the number of monthly labors for the month of January, and this adding these things is not actually a shortcut using ChatGPT to learn these technologies, but how you can use these technologies to do things faster. I am very thankful and for ChatGPT to help me accelerate my work in a very positive way. But when I was learning these tools, I really struggled and I spent hours to learn DAX and M language because I had learned Tableau. I had spent around 6-7 months learning Tableau calculated fields, and again when I got introduced to Power BI for some of our clients, then again I had to spend 3 to 4 months to understand the DAX formulas. How does, because you saw how differently the average EX and summarize function are working. It is not, it is a little bit different from the Excel formula, because here it is summarizing the data and it is applying formulas at a specific data level to give you an output. Every variable is getting created at a particular data level, so there are some complications which is not that simple as Excel formulas. uh, Writing Python codes are much easier for these things that I showed you. comparatively compared to DAX and M language. But I just wanted to show you in this video how we can use ChatGPT and Power BI to build quick dashboards. I just built two charts next to each other in matter of 20 minutes. And Thank you very much. Please do like and subscribe my channel, and this is going to also show this in your feeds for my future videos. And also my Power BI course that I have, it talks in details about the basic formula, how to create the dashboards, how to do all the formatting and creating dashboards, creating doing data transformations, merging data sets, extracting data, appending data, and all those things. So please have a look at that basic Power BI course. The link will be there in the comments in the description of this video. And also I have put a lot of challenges for you to practice assessments to make you confident. And then these type of videos like how to use the newer technologies like ChatGPT to help you quicken your journey and quicken your dashboard learning and building process. And a combination of both these will make you a master in Power BI. See you in the next video. Thank you.